What is up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be going over another Premier Cup set. I'm running the same team as I did last video, and funny story, today I did literally every single set except for like the last two battles, thinking I had my Metagross best buddy boosted, and it wasn't. I had Zangoose as my buddy because I'm trying to level that one up. So oh man, I lost a lot of matches where I feel like I would have won had I had that boost. So lesson learned, make sure your buddy is there when you need it before you start battling. But anyways, let's get into these battles to see how we do. So our first opponent leads with Electivire. So a very interesting lead. This is a Pokemon I'm starting to see more and more. And it's actually moved up on the rankings according to PvP. So it's pretty good if you have one. Wild Charge is definitely a move you want. And then you can do Thunder Punch like this person did to bait, like they successfully did against me. Or you can run, I believe it has Ice Punch too, which could be super effective against Dragonites and stuff like that. So there's a lot of options with Electivire. So, but definitely probably want Wild Charge. So yeah, here I don't fall for the bait that time, so that was awesome because I was really nervous. But anyways, so I go with a Meteor Mash and they decide not to shield and we almost knock them out. And so I'm hoping this is not a Wild Charge at this point. And luckily it wasn't, so we're able to win the lead matchup. Actually, we would have won, they switched, which means we technically kind of won. We won switch advantage, which is what's important. They come in with a Scissor, and not sure if this is a great pick just because it doesn't max out that high. It's under 3,000 CP, so it's going to be at a big disadvantage against anything that's neutral to it. And even my Dragonite, which I believe it resists dragons because of the steel type. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a Dragon Claw, still does a decent little chunk of damage, and the Dragon Breaths do a good amount of damage over time. So again, it's not a Pokemon I would strongly suggest you use in Premier Cup just because it doesn't max out that high. But anyways, they come in with a Gyarados, and now we kind of have some options here. I'm going to go in with my Snorlax and just go straight Body Slam. Obviously, Earthquake would be resisted, and so not going to wouldn't make sense to do that. So anyways, I try to catch a charge move, but it doesn't work out. But the lucky thing is we do have a shield, and so I'm going to go ahead and shield this because I'm worried about Hydro Pump, and we got lucky. It was Hydro Pump, so very well executed shield there. And now they're going to have no choice but to throw whatever move they have, which is Crunch, and it's not going to do a lot of damage, so we're going to be able to do a Body Slam, and this will KO the Gyarados. Maybe, I think it did. And then the Electivire comes in and faints, and then the Scissor comes in and also faints. Well, the Gyarados, okay, yeah, so they were all like super slivers. Snorlax just licked them all down. And so, yeah, next match. So we're starting at 1-0. Awesome start to the match, or to the set. And we have a Dragonite lead, so this is a pretty good lead for us. We resist the Dragon moves, so they quickly switch out into a Snorlax. I elect to stay in and try to get some HP gone from the Snorlax. So I would go with the Meteor Mash. They shield, so we get a shield, then I switch into my own Dragonite. And I'm not expecting, not many Snorlaxes run Outrage. It's very, very rare to see an Outrage Snorlax. Most people run Body Slam, obviously, which I highly recommend. And then either a Superpower or Earthquake. I'm going to start maybe experimenting with Superpower in the future, just because it charges faster, and it gives you a little bit more options, I guess. But, you know, it's resisted by the dragons, and so it's not, well, you probably would throw Body Slam anyways, but, you know, it's really pretty much against, you want to use it against your own, like, Snorlax, like, counter. So if they switch into Snorlax and you have a Snorlax, that's when Superpower is huge, because it could definitely help you win that match. Okay, so anyways, Meteor Mash, we're going to shield that up, and thankfully that we had that shield left. And we're doing some good damage with Lick, and I decided to go for the Punisher KO move of Earthquake, and they don't shield, which is amazing. So now I still have my Snorlax pretty healthy. We're still in the green. I can throw some more Body Slams at this Dragonite, unless the Dragonite has like a strong move charged up, then we might not get to it. But at least we got that first Body Slam off, so the Dragonite is almost at 50% health. So this is pretty good scenario. The Dragon Claw thankfully does not KO, and I decided to just swap out into my Metagross to try to build up some energy. And if this is a Dragon Claw, this will not KO. If it's a Hurricane, it should KO. Or actually, no, I guess it doesn't. So you know, Buddy Boost helps. We get that extra HP, but that wasn't going to KO us anyways because we resist the flying moves, but Hurricane does do more damage. So anyways, we faint there, and then we come back in with Dragonite, and then we faint them down. So good games there. We're up 2-0 in to start this set, so I'm super, super stoked about that. We got Pablo Yaz in Game 3, and then they lead Magnezone, which is a lead I really don't like to see. At this point, I really didn't know how to play it, but one of the things I learned is that you can pretty much always guarantee to get a shield out of them if you go Meteor Mash. So even though I didn't charge the Earthquake there, I would probably recommend charging an Earthquake and then throwing Meteor Mash, because most times they will shield because they're trying to build up to that double Wild Charge play, which is what a lot of people do. So you can see there, they throw the double Wild Charge, they're going to switch, which is good because it gives us switch advantage, it gives us a little bit more options. So I decided to go in with Snorlax, and this is a Dragon Tail Gyarados. Very interesting. Most people run Dragon Breath or even Waterfall. You don't see too many people use Dragon Tail, but it's not a bad move. It's not, you know, it has some pretty good moves, so I wouldn't say it's a bad move. So anyways, we take the Hydro Pump, but Snorlax, like a champ, is super bulky, so we take that and we go with the Body Slam, and we're pretty close to KO as long as they don't get to a move, but they get to a charge move. And so this will most likely KO us no matter what it is, but that's fine, because we got most of their HP gone, and we can just farm up with whatever comes in. We come in with Metagross, and now we have a lot of energy, so I'm hoping to get a shield here with this Meteor Mash. So let's see if we get it. And we don't get it, so that was very unfortunate. So here, I don't know if that was the best play, because we're weak to Electric. I was just hoping I can get to a charge move first, and we do get to it, but they're just building up a ton of energy, and they're going to shield and most likely go double Wild Charge. I don't think this will KO from this range, but it does take a big chunk. So they switch out into their own Metagross, and we're going to be able to get a Dragon Claw off, but it's not going to be enough to do anything because it's resisted, and they have way too much health. So they're going to be able to farm up and then take out our Metagross with whatever, if they have an Earthquake, which they most likely have. It only takes, I believe, 2 more Bullet Punches to get to an Earthquake as opposed to like the first Meteor Mash. And so yeah, that was most likely, I don't know if we were going to win that one. I might have made some mistakes. I might have to look that match over again and see if I made any bad plays. But Magnezone is just so tough because it has such hard-hitting moves. Most people run Flash Cannon in Wild Charge, but some people run Mirror Shot for the bait. And the Mirror Shot, I believe, could lower your attack, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it has that ability. So I have seen people bait with Mirror Shot. So yeah, anyways, let's go with, we have the Rhyperior, which is another pretty good lead. The Mud Slaps do huge damage, but the thing is, it is weak to Steel, so it's one of those things where like it's a counter, but it also is weak to its counter, so, or to the thing it counters. And then we land an Earthquake. Holy crap, that was huge. And then our opponent quits. They must have thought we were baiting. But when we land that Earthquake, it was game over, and they knew it, so they quit. So that was a really quick 4th match, and so now we're already into Game 5. And then we lead to a freaking Magnezone again. Gosh dang it. So, I hate these things. They're so annoying. I maxed mine out after this to start trying it out, but I don't have enough Stardust for a second move, and so I really don't know what its full potential is because I've only been using Wild Charge, which is pretty much most of the time what you'll use anyways. But not having that Flash Cannon or the Mirror Shot, I mean, I would take anything just to have that extra option. But yeah, so we're with the Dragonite versus the Gyarados, and they go Crunch. I shielded up. So now I'm at a shield disadvantage, so we're not in a good situation here. But this should probably KO. Yeah, and so, well, just almost barely. And then we come in with Snorlax. We should be able to farm this. I mean, even a Hydro Pump will not KO us at this range. But I guess I decided to keep it alive. I want to keep as much HP as possible, so I throw a Body Slam, thinking that they're not going to shield it. And then they have a Dragonite. So now I'm going to go Body Slam, just straight up Body Slam, because it's just easier this way. And of course Earthquake would be horrible, which I've said already. And then I just go for the KO, hoping that they think I'm baiting. And let's see if we land it. We don't land it. So that was a situation where I probably should have thrown Meteor Mash, but I do have a lot of energy. I might be able to survive this Wild Charge, and I do barely survive it, but I'm not able to get to the. Man, that was really close. That was frustrating. So yeah, we're going to have to take this wild charge, and this is going to be good games for us. This body slam will not do anything. So we're going to lose this match, but we do finish positive for the set, 3-2, which I will take, again, anytime. And we get a little weak connection there. That was stupid. I still am lagging a little bit, but it's not horrible. Like, it's not unplayable. So I hope you guys like this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be experimenting more with Gyarados, and I was experimenting with it today. Again, but I thought I had my buddy boost on Metagross, and I didn't. And I was also running Outrage, and I wasn't seeing too much success with it. So I'm going to switch over to Crunch and see how that goes, and we'll see if we can get some good matches for you tomorrow. So thanks again so much for watching. Again, like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you really liked it. And I hope you guys have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.